How to help with dyslexia, especially when you're legally blind. Dyslexia is a really personal thing because I'm dyslexic. I have what's called dyslexia. I rarely see it anymore. The more and more I do this work, if you would have told me back in my day, I was going to be authored to like 8 books and presented, published, Canva, you name it, AI. I hated school. I could literally just get myself nauseous. The test anxiety that I've had all my life, and I see my kids just go, like Graham goes, yeah, Mom, I got 98% in conversational Russian. I got the highest grade in that class. He knows everybody's grades. That's where the autism comes in. I got the highest grade in the class, and I, I would have died. Not that I wouldn't known the subject, I would have died. What was really interesting about my dyslexia, first of all, I can't read a romance novel to save your life. I'll have them in London when they should be in Paris. Tom Clancy, oh my God, just say you're sitting in an airplane. When he's, because I've never seen it before. When you're describing the front of an F-16 or whatever, I'm just like, oh, dude. I do like Harry Potter. Harry Potter I enjoyed, but I will say that I do audiobooks for that. And again, I'm just saying I've been it. So all my life, you're not applying yourself. You should work harder. You should do. And I'm just like, I'm working so hard. I don't get this. I did go well with Edgar Allan Poe. Shakespeare, that was Latin. I just didn't get it. Bible's hard for me. Things like that have like meanings within the meanings, because I can't test myself. So to show how my brain works, when I used to trade, I was trading metals. Big letters, similar to this kind of fashion, and it said platinum, the white metal. I saw the white meat. Now I knew that wasn't right because it's not meat. And you literally can look and look and look and look, and your brain's seeing meat, 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 and then it's sort of like again, like Harry Potter, like diagonally, and the walls opening up, and it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, the white metal. Oh, okay, now it can go on. But you can get stuck. It's really hard. So I put off English in college. It wasn't my freshman year, but I put off English because again, I was dreading this thing, as it even was your essentials. And I took it, and I was adamant about a line. And she was very nice. She took me aside. She goes, ma'am, I've been doing the same book now for 20 years. You have passages in there. And I'm like, I'm seeing it. And so she had me tested, and that's how I got caught, that I was allowed, tape recorders and all this sort of stuff back in the day. You probably don't even know what a tape recorder is. So, but you're to work with you, Kay, sorry, I was just looking to see, I forgot your name. To work with you, Kay, though, your son is legally blind. Legally blind means you can't drive a car because the script is over 5. Your astigmatisms are at 5. I do not know when he got his glasses. So the first thing you're going to do is you need to know where each eye is seeing. That's really important. Because another thing that again, I wish I would have known, but coming to sitting and doing all of these things, right, create visual arcs. Well, it's really hard to have visual arcs. First of all, when you again, I don't know where the glasses were at the time, but if there's no convergence, or little, because again, at 6.5 and so forth, and a 5 on the astigmatism, and we have an axis of 175. Those are the numbers that you're going to go by. So his eyes were playing tricks on him, and just to sit up, I mean, it just can cause almost like a nausea. But when you're reading English and many languages, you need to have a visual arc to go to find the page, right? If you're doing Hebrew, Arabic, you need to have the arc going the other way. And that's why, too, you will see some very highly intelligent people coming out of that region because they can read to both ways, that visual arc. We teach when kids have problems, especially dyslexia, like almost like a ruler. And so like for the longest time, I could only read word by word. I can't, until I took almost like a speed reading, which might not be something that your son is into, but it might be something you look into. So you start seeing that glance of the word versus that you know, when you're reading something like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and you're literally like, again, a dyslexic person would be like you know what I mean? Like, and now you're trying to take this word and turn it into a word and that's why we do a lot better with music as well, to put that sing song to it. I can remember songs from way back when, you know, like it was yesterday. It's just funny how the brain works. Anyway, so what you're looking for is, with the glasses on, you're going to patch. And the patching program is, first of all, you want to see where the eyes fall, because you've got the axis at 175. So you've got windswept eyes. They want to turn in, and but what you're looking for is, again, central vision, right? We need better foundations within the eyes, because I think the eyes are playing tricks. And so most people tell you dyslexia is a brain based. Like, again, I don't need glasses per se, but I had bars on my feet, Denison bars for club feet. So I didn't walk till I was 21 months. So I had those kind of delays going on. So again, it wasn't until I started doing this work and how much I do with vision that, again, my reading skills have changed. And it's funny, you don't notice it at first. Not that it's like, oh, I can read a lot, you know, more proficient. So you're going to see where the central vision is. Now, central vision should be over the eye. And I have a feeling his happy place might be here on one eye and here. So you want to see where the eyes, and it might take you up to 2 weeks for you to learn how to see how your son's seeing. But your goal is again, this might be happy place, is to bring the eye in to central vision. That's your first goal. Don't do this and this. Really, we were looking at eye function. So no matter where the eye is, you want to bring the vision into it. So if it's over here, you're going to bring it in. And, but most kids want to see in, especially, again, where the astigmatisms are, the bend of the eye. The light comes in differently. You want to make sure he's reading in a well-lit room, because the light can play, especially like the sunset, sunrise, can play tricks on those astigmatisms. And so your goal is first for central vision. Once you have central vision, I do want you to work on a little bit of convergence, but not this kind of convergence, right? Well, your convergence is, I'll pick 2 items this way, is this, right? So he's converging, right? But he's not converging this way. That's still too much strain, especially with 6.5s and the 5s. That's a hardcore strain. And so, because convergence not only is coming in, right, but it's also going back out, and you want that kind of smooth movement. And so from there, once you start getting that, now that's done with patching. But without patching, because again, convergence is not done with patching. The original of wearing the eye is seeing and bringing in is done with patching. But then we want to start bringing in the visual arcs. They're going to be very small from the brow into the chin. But again, think of it again like he's going to read, because he's got to be able to find the word. That's where reading comes from. Reading is not linear. Nothing we do in the human body is linear. And those are the first movements that I would start with, and then come back for more information, understanding that, where he's at and so forth. Don't go throwing balls right now. If you throw balls, you hold on to it and you bring it in so they catch. He's an older child, so he's not going to have the patience like a young kid to his. So you want to up his game a little bit, but I want you to know and understand where he's seeing. But I think you'll see, once you get into the visual arcs, where you're either going to get a midline interruption, right, or that ability to cross that midline is going to be hard. And that's where we're going to need to work. But you got to find that, and it's going to take you a couple of weeks. A little boring on you, but that's what you're looking for, because I think his dyslexia is he goes to find it, and then it's like, where am I, kind of thing, quickly. He's smart and he wants to please you, but that's where you're having issues with the speed and the finesse that you're looking for in his reading skills. Another trick is, and you'll get his speed up quite a bit though, if you're looking for speed, is go down 2 grade levels, maybe in his case, because of the visual impairment, 4 grade levels. Start start with there. Upside down. And good month of just upside down reading for fun. Doesn't have to be perfect. You'll be surprised because see, an A is an A no matter how you look at it. And that's where you're gonna build that up away. But with dyslexia, where that's interesting, is because it takes it out of context. And sometimes you've been reading the same thing for the same way, and it's just not sinking in. But it sinks in differently because all of a sudden it's upside down, takes it out of context. I think you'll see that it's a much more visual based for him than it is a brain based. But the brain's just assuming the information's right, and going from there, and that's where you're having the breakdown.